Anyway, we're going to jump right into it because there has been some developments with regards to Gianluigi Donnarumma. Now, whatever happens with Gianluigi Donnarumma, whether he goes to Man United, Man City, or wherever, this is going to be the steal of the summer and arguably the steal of the decade so far. If Gianluigi Donnarumma goes to any club whatsoever, this transfer window is going to be an absolute bargain for whoever gets him, because he is probably the best goalkeeper in the world right now, fresh off a UEFA Champions League win with Paris Saint-Germain, of all teams. Plus, also, don't forget as well, he's still really young. He's been knocking around since he was like 16. He made his debut for AC Milan, the first team, in Serie A when he was about 16. And he was a number one for them for a long time until he went to PSG for free. And then now he's going to go somewhere else because he's got 1 year left on his contract. And they're going to get him for a bargain. Now, if he was like halfway through a 5-year contract, he could easily be spending 100 million on this guy. Pounds, that is, as well, not euros or dollars, pounds. Now, whoever gets him, because he's gone this summer, he's leaving, they're going to get him for less than 50. PSG will be lucky to get 50 for him. Anyway, so the situation is, at the moment, Donnarumma has been left out of PSG's Super Cup squad, okay? So he's not playing in the Super Cup. That was going to be the marker. If he was in that squad, then there would still be a chance that he's going to be staying at PSG. But if he's not in the squad, then he's away. And it's confirmed. He's leaving. He can't agree a contract. Relationship has broken down between Donnarumma and PSG. And he is definitely leaving. Apparently, in the coming days, he's going to be releasing a statement, or he's going to be doing some kind of interview, giving his side of the story and PSG's side of the story as well. If you're not going to sign a new contract, then there's no point you being in the squad, mate. And they've bought a brand new goalkeeper as well for 34 million or something like that. So that's no chunk of change, you know. So Gianluigi Donnarumma is leaving Paris Saint-Germain. And this is what it says. So PSG have omitted keeper Gianluigi Donnarumma from their squad to face Tottenham Hotspur in the Super Cup Wednesday, so that's tomorrow. PSG announced the signing of keeper Lucas Chevalier from Lille, which throws Donnarumma's future at PSG into major doubt. Sky News has been told the Italy goalkeeper will only leave if a project is seen as the right fit, and he won't be forced out. But this is a little bit old, because as of today, he's definitely leaving. It's just a question of where is he going to go. And as per Fabrizio Romano, the situation is Manchester City, as of yesterday, have spoken to the Donnarumma camp. Okay? And PSG have told Manchester City that they want 50 million euros for Gianluigi Donnarumma. Man City have said, no chance. We're not paying 50 million for Donnarumma, who's only got 1 year left on his contract. So we're not paying that. It's just as simple as that. But apparently there's good relationship between Paris Saint-Germain and Manchester City, so they could potentially find a solution together. However, this also hinges on whether or not Ederson leaves Manchester City. Now, it was only maybe 2 years ago or something, Ederson was seen as the best goalkeeper in the world, you know, or one of them at least. But now apparently they're looking at shipping him out. And the favourites for that is someone in Turkey. I can't remember who they said, but it was someone in Turkey. But it's not guaranteed. So for Donnarumma to go to Manchester City, they need to negotiate the fee of 50 million euros down, and Ederson needs to leave. So those are the conditions, right? Donnarumma's open to it. Pep Guardiola loves Donnarumma. He's been a big fan of him for years. So that's the situation on the Man City front. Now, Bayern Munich, they're not interested, not this summer. They would rather wait until to get him for a free. Because don't forget, if he stays at PSG and just sits on the bench and has a break, right? Or, just trains on his own or whatever, which he could do, and he could still get paid by PSG, right? I doubt he's going to do this because there's a World Cup next year. But in theory, he can sign for anyone he wants outside of France. He can sign a contract with them in January, right? So Bayern, Man City, Man United, Juventus, Milan, whoever is interested in signing him could get him for free, or at least, very least, sign him in January, and they wouldn't have to pay a transfer fee for him. So that's that. So they're not interested. I don't think Chelsea are interested as well. I'm pretty sure I read something the other day, and the Chelsea, they're not going for him at all. Real Madrid have got a goalkeeper. He's not going to go to Atletico Madrid. Barcelona are all right at this point. So the only other sort of feasible option is Manchester United. Excuse the big D a second. 0% kids, don't drink. Anyway, yeah. So Manchester United spoke to PSG last week, and they were asked to keep abreast of the situation. Okay, they want to be kept well informed about what's going on, and then we'll take it from there. The problems with Manchester United, they don't want to get into a bidding war for Donnarumma, and also Donnarumma's wages are likely going to be astronomical. So that's the thing. However, Donnarumma has specifically said that he wants to go somewhere where it's a project. Now, if anything's a work in progress, it's Manchester United at this point, right? So if he's wanting a challenge, if he's wanting a project, then Manchester United is the place to go. So if he actually wants to go to Manchester United, then he might sort of do something on the wages front. Like if he keeps clean sheets, he'll get a big bonus or whatever, right? Man City, I wouldn't necessarily say are that much of a project at this point. They're almost like the finished article. I mean, fair enough, they've dipped a little bit over the past 12 months or so, but still, it wouldn't take much for them to sort of get back on top. Plus, there's still all the business surrounding them overhead about, the charges and things like that. So it's still a bit ropey on that front, So, I mean, don't count them out, but still, if you want a project, Manchester United is where to go. And Man United have expressly said they don't want people coming to Man United unless they want to come. Now, it just seems like this is a match made in heaven. Man United need a goalkeeper, right? Donnarumma wants a project, right? Man City don't need a goalkeeper. There's nothing wrong with the one that they've got, right? But Man City can afford his wages. So it's 50-50, really, to toss up where he goes. This is almost like, it's I don't know, it's like, I don't know if you've seen the film She's All That with, what was the name of that actor in that film, She's All That? The rom-com from the 90s. It was the guy from I Know What You Did Last Summer. Oh, his name's on the tip of my tongue. He used to be a writer for the WWE as well. Do you know what? I'm going to get this up because this is going to annoy me. And then as soon as I see it, then I'm going to kick myself. Let's hopefully I can get it before he pops up. She's all... Freddie Prinze Jr. I don't know if you guys have seen it. Have you seen the film She's All That with Freddie Prinze Jr.? So the basic premise of this story is Freddie Prinze Jr. is the high school jock, the one all the chicks love, right? He's going out with the best looking lass in school, but he's kind of bored with her. He wants a fixer-upper. So he finds a geek, right, who he then kind of trains up to be the prettiest girl in school, right? That's his project. This is like the Donnarumma situation. Donnarumma is Freddie Prinze Jr. He's got Man City, who's already a fit bird that, doesn't need any work done, right? She's there, but she's a little bit boring, right? But then you've got Man United. in the corner, who there's potential there. That's a work in progress. And Freddie Prinze Jr. can help fix it up to make her the prettiest club in the Premier League again. That's what this feels like. So hopefully, we get this guy. Because we can afford him. We can, despite what Sir Jim says. But we'll get to Sir Jim a little later on. But anyway, what do you think about this Gianluigi Donnarumma situation? Is he going to come to Manchester United? Will he go to Manchester City? I mean, what's going to happen on that front, eh? You tell me. Thoughts in the chat. Please, the Big D reads all of the chat. If there's something bubbling up inside of you, something on your mind that you need to express, stick it in the chat. The Big D is always interested in what is on your mind.